Hello guys, welcome to the channel. It's TPM5 with another NBA video. In this one, I'm going to be talking about Mitchell Robinson and the New York Knicks, and if they should be bringing their young center back, or if they should let him walk in restricted free agency. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. The New York Knicks have been a bit of a disappointment this season with a 27-38 record, currently 12th in the Eastern Conference. Now, they have a chance of making the playoffs via the play-in. However, it doesn't look completely likely that will be, happening for them. So it's probably time for them to look toward the future. And part of the future will be their young five-man Mitchell Robinson. He's averaged 8.4 points and 7.4 rebounds over the course of his 217 game career with the team, playing 23.5 minutes each game on average during that time. So Mitchell Robinson has been a pretty good player for them, given that they picked him in the second round and he made the All NBA rookie second team in 2019. Obviously, he's shown a very big ability and very shown that he's competent on the defensive end. He has averaged around 2 blocks per game throughout his whole career. He has also shown ability to step out on the perimeter and also keep up with some of the younger, not younger, but the smaller and faster guards in the league. He's also, done that on a regular basis to where, other teams will be interested in him. It's something that in this modern NBA that you need a center that's going to be mobile and able to, adjust quickly, which is something that, again, Robinson has shown that he can do, which will add some value to him. Obviously, on offense, he's a typical role guy. He can catch lobs. He gives you a lot of second chance opportunities with his offensive rebounds, and he's just a player that can help you on offense as well. Just being a presence in there as well. Now, just a break. I make NBA content once or twice a week. I've been a bit busy with school, but if you want to subscribe, feel free to do so. I'd heavily appreciate it. Comment if we have any Knicks fans watching. Should you bring him back, and what's your the highest amount you'd be willing to pay, or you'd want Leon Rose to be willing to pay to bring Mitchell Robinson back to the team beyond this off season. Now, Mitchell Robinson, over the course of his career, just adding to the theme of him being a great defender, he's had an 106.3 defensive rating, especially impressive considering the fact that he has been on Knicks teams that aren't so good. Sorry to say so, besides the last year, which was a bit of an outlier. As a whole, they haven't been good. Obviously, it's no slander on you Knicks fans. I feel bad for you guys. You guys deserve success, and so does the city. But we're going to continue. The Knicks can offer him an extension as high as 4 years, $50 million, and they do have his bird rights. They can go over the cap, which brings up another key point that I'll talk about later in the video, which involves their future salary cap, and also Cam Reddish too, considering the fact that they just got him. Now, Robinson recently, he played 2 minutes against the Kings. However, he got back-to-back doubles with higher points in the teens. He's been a very impressive player, but I would be foolish not to look at the negatives, given that, the Knicks, need to make sure that they're spending their money wisely due to cap restraints. Now, he's an extremely athletic guy. We all know that. However, on defense, he has a slightly lower Q when it comes to contesting three-pointers. As one Knicks fan I spoke to put it, he likes to jump into the second row to get his blocks, and obviously he's out of the play if that happens and that shot misses. And obviously you want him down low if you have the choice. His game is rather limited just to dunks, and he's very JaVale-ish when it comes to his ability physically. However, he doesn't have much of a game outside of the paint. Now, another thing I noticed was that he added a lot of muscle that no one asked for, and is a little bit more, compared to his early years, he's a little less agile, which you can see in his drop-in blocks per game. He's a bit slower when it comes to that stuff. And obviously you have the, the problems of New York, which Randall has faced too, where they're complaining on social media and they're struggling to get the support of the fans on a consistent basis. You have some fans begging for him to be brought back, and then you have some fans that want him to be traded or wanted him to be traded, but that's just the Knicks. It's a big fan base and a lot of disagreements there. Now, like I was mentioning before, the Knicks have some salary cap issues as they have $119.3 million committed into 2022-23 if everybody on a team option, which is RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, Cam Reddish, and Emmanuel Quickley are brought back. Now, the issue I brought up with Cam Reddish is that he needs to also get paid in the near future if they're to keep him. Now, he's averaging 6 points in just 14 minutes per game. He's not really had much run since they got him. Obviously, the Tibbs and the front office weren't agreeing on that move, and that's probably why he hasn't had much of a spot in the rotation. Now, it comes to players in free agency that the Knicks could sign for less instead of paying Mitchell Robinson in excess of $14 million a year, or above $10 million. I'm not sure. Personally, I think if you pay him up to $12 million, it can be worth it, given that he's only young and he can still improve. But you have guys in free agency like Thomas Bryant, Serge Ibaka, JaVale McGee even, and the list goes on, like Hassan Whiteside, Dwayne Dedman, and Andre Drummond. So if the Knicks really wanted to, they could get a player like that who's probably a bit more ready. But in my opinion, I think the Knicks should be bringing back Mitchell Robinson, and I'd like to hear what you guys think as well. Feel free to like the video, also subscribe, and also thank you for watching.